Hey, fish and golf with First Blood. Good morning, everybody. It's a Tuesday morning and the news is weird. Let's do this shit. And that's enough intro. Let's be real. Okay, so good morning. And this morning we are talking about tunnel Jews and Miami aliens, mall aliens. Y'all, I love it when the news gets weird. I love it when the news gets weird. And I'm probably going to spend more time on the Jewish tunnels in New York than on the aliens. But I want to start with this. I've got a conspiracy theory for you. We have pointed out on this show, and it's not an original thought, or rather it's not a thought arrived at uniquely, that it seems interesting, one could say, that every time a new charge, allegation, development in the Hunter Biden saga emerges, there just happens to be news about aliens. And for the most part, that news has been like, oh, Hunter Biden's being charged with a crime because he ditched his illegal gun. And, forget about the whole thing about whether or not a gun can be illegal under the law. Under the law, technically, what Hunter Biden did with his gun was a crime. He acquired the gun illegally. He committed a crime intentionally, and then he left the gun on a playground for kids. And when that news broke, all of a sudden we had this whistleblower who is a former government agent with TS clearance that comes out and says, oh no, there's totally aliens. I've got a new conspiracy theory for you. And two things can be true at the same time. Yes, I think it's reasonable to suspect that every time you hear about aliens over the last 2 years, what's really happening is the administration is trotting out something bombastic, outlandish, and attention-grabbing to distract from whatever the fuck it is that Hunter Biden's got going on in his wacky cokehead life. But I got another one for you. The word is aliens. And there is a thing that's happening right now that is a big problem in an election year especially given the candidates that are in question, right? Donald Trump has one of the best records ever on immigration, and most especially on the control of immigration, the border security, all that stuff. And of course, Joe Biden has one of the worst records ever, right? We're often reminded that, oh, well, Obama was the deporter in chief. Obama was the deporter in chief. Obama, credit where it's due, did deport a shitload of hostile foreign invaders. But when you look at the record, you'll see that steadily throughout Obama's presidency, illegal immigration climbed and climbed and climbed. And then as soon as Trump took over, it just went boom. And then around the midterm, right, 2018 midterm, there was suddenly a huge spike. And I want you to go back in your memories and try and remember what happened there. That was when the caravans happened. And there's good reason to believe that the caravans were I almost said artificially, but intentionally and very carefully planned and funded by opponents of not Donald Trump in particular, although he happened to be the figurehead at the time, but of the America First kind of ideology. The idea that Americans should take care of Americans, right? We have a lot of shit going on here that needs to be taken care of that cost money. And our politicians are dumping our tax money out into the Ukraine and Israel and hell, all over the world. I dare you to write a list of the number of countries that are sending humanitarian aid money to America. But at the same time, we've got all this shit going on with southern border crossing. We're funding the Mexican government in so-called humanitarian aid and infrastructure packages to the tune of some $65-70 million a year. That's insane. That is insane. Now, against the kind of money we move, against the kind of money that we move as a nation, 60-70 million is a drop in the bucket, but damn it, that's my money. You better believe when I go to Lowe's to buy a shop vac, I take my veteran discount, right? Which I had to do yesterday because I burnt one up and had to go get a new one. And she tried to get me to sign up for a credit card. She said, "You get 20% off this order." I'm like, no, but I'll take my 10% because I shot a bunch of people. They don't tell you that, but if you shoot enough people and get shot at, you get 10% off at Lowe's. Worst kept secret. But anyway, so here's the theory. I think I've laid the backdrop enough. Here's the theory: the alien stories come out so that when you try to Google aliens or illegal aliens, right? Anything using the word aliens, there's something there to distract you. And it's a pretty effective distraction. I do this every day. I don't do this for a living. This is a hobby, right? I'll point a camera at anything with clothes on to make a buck. But this show, this is my time. My time with my cup of coffee. You guys, I'm going to get up and read the news anyway. It's just something I do, habit I formed in my military occupations. But I do this every day. And yeah, I'm going to go look up articles about illegal aliens. And I'm a big old white nerd. Please believe if there's a story about aliens, I don't care if it's true. I want to hear it. Right? Just like if there's a story about knights in shiny armor slaying dragons, I don't give a shit if it's true. I want to hear that story. So when I'm trying to do research on Joe Biden's failures at the southern border and somehow a story about aliens being sighted in a Miami mall gets filtered into that conversation, buddy, I'm going to stop and read that son of a bitch. And, damn. Now I'm reading another article about it because there's somebody there to debunk it. And, I'm interested. How did they doctor these photos? Because not only am I the kind of big old nerd that loves a story about aliens, I'm a professional camera guy. I do editing. I do videography. I do photography. I've got a master's degree black belt in the Adobe Suite, right? I could take your wedding vows and turn them into a ransom note. It's what I do. Not the ransom note thing, but the editing thing. So yeah, hell yeah, I'm interested in how was this photo doctored? How can you tell it was doctored? Et cetera, et cetera. And there's the conspiracy theory for you is the aliens. One of the big reasons that aliens are making a bigger splash in modern popular culture and in the fucking news is to help distract you from what's actually going on at the southern border. Speaking of defeating borders, barriers, and security measures, I'm going to move to the other story. And now that I've had the conversation about aliens a bit, nope, let me back up. I'm going to touch this first. So The Miami police respond because I didn't actually tell you what happened and what the alien story is that I'm talking about. I'm waiting for. It's just waiting for the browser. Come on, you stupid thing. Okay, Miami police respond. This is awful. So here's the pictures, and I'm sorry. I do not find these images particularly compelling. But it says a viral video of an incident at the Bayside Marketplace shopping mall in Miami has sparked a slew of claims from conspiracy theorists that a mysterious creature was spotted in the footage. Okay, we've covered this a bit in the past on this show. They're using the phrase conspiracy theorists here as if that somehow discredits the claims that a person makes. Let me remind you, the conspiracy theorists told you about MK Ultra, the Tonkin Bay incident, and Jeffrey Epstein Epsteining himself. He Epsteined, right? So if you tell me that it's conspiracy theorists that are making a claim, my friend, that adds a lot of credibility in the current year. The conspiracy theorists are like 1,200 at this point, right? You know, hell, Wuhan Lab, Fauci funding, sandfly beagle face puppies. They're batting 1,000, guys. They are batting 1,000. So that makes a story like this a little concerning, one might say. So here they're actually showing some. No, they're not showing the video. They're showing a slow pan, a slow zoom into a still photo to make it feel like a video. Sons of whores. So police have released a statement to allay fears of an alien invasion in Florida after a video of a Miami crime scene went viral, with viewers claiming an extraterrestrial had been captured on film. Mitch Hedberg once said, "What if Bigfoot's just blurry?" After a video of Miami's crime scene went viral, blurry aerial image of a massive police presence surrounding the Bayside Marketplace outdoor mall last Monday night racked up millions of views throughout the week, as social media users claimed a 10-foot tall gray alien could be seen walking around between the dozens of squad cars. Okay, I gotta pause for a minute. One that can see the red pill. When I glanced over at your name and your character avatar in my chat there for just a second, I thought you had the Buc-ee's logo as your avatar. Police said at the time they were at the scene to apprehend juveniles who were throwing fireworks at each other and looting stores. But several internet users claimed something else was going on. One account on X, formerly Twitter, claimed the footage showed 10-foot alien creatures, while another added, "I zoomed in on one of the TikTok videos about the Miami Mall creature so you could see the gray creature walking in between these police cars in the building." On Friday evening, Miami Police Department decided to release its own video, and a statement addressing the incident was uploaded to da-da-da-da. So let's see. Here's the Miami Police. Let me see if I can get that all the way in frame. Where's your audio, homeboy?
Bayside Marketplace. What happened was there was about 50 or more juveniles that were shooting fireworks at people. There was also some looting going on. So officers that were on that scene were having a little bit of trouble containing it. So they called what is called a citywide 3, which every officer in the city responded. That's why you saw so much police presence for that call to contain that crowd. Now, there is now video going viral of 8 to 10 foot aliens walking around Bayside. It's actually just a person walking with a shadow. So I can confirm to you all here today right now that there are no aliens in Miami in Bayside Marketplace at the moment. So it's Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend and stay safe.
Okay, so I got some concerns about this. Okay, so this is how you fuel a conspiracy theory. This is how you fuel a conspiracy theory. One that can see the red pill says, turn to Jesus, love you all. Brother, I hope you click that like and subscribe button and stick with us. Come back and watch us every day. We do this every day at 7:30 in the morning, every weekday. I take Saturdays and Sundays off. I am old, after all. But here, okay, how do you guarantee that the conspiracy theory gets a little thicker? Send a government agent to say it didn't happen. Because let's take a look back at that. I want y'all to look at that again. And here's the part I want you to pay attention to. It's on Instagram, so I can't fast forward. Okay, right there. Can I pause it? Okay, you see all those cop cars? You see all those cop cars, right? I got some questions. You're telling me that in Miami there was not enough other crime going on. There was not enough other police business going on to require these officers in Miami, Florida, that you could spare these police officers for some looting and brawling in a mall. Right? See, that raises questions by itself. What could possibly be happening short of a mass casualty event to require all of those police officers on the scene? That screams cover up by itself. I'm not saying I believe there were aliens there, but I'm sure as hell not saying I'm not. I don't know what the hell happened there. But when you look at the optics of a situation like that, you've got all those cop cars at one mall for one event, and it's not a mass casualty terrorist type event. And I've got some questions. Mostly, what the hell was going on there? Because I find it very difficult to believe that you had to bring in all the cops in Miami. I think Ron White said it best. Yeah, I mean, I had the 4/8 of a gram of marijuana, but fuck, this is Florida, dude. You had to drive by 3 meth labs and a dead hooker to get here. Right? So you send out a government agent to allay my concerns on any given situation, and I am suddenly extremely suspicious of that government agent. Right? Like here's the order operandi. You should always be extremely suspicious of every government agent. And when a government agent tells you to believe something, you should immediately be more suspicious. If a government agent then tells you that you should believe something that is being asserted in contravention of observable fact, you should arm yourself and flee. Now, I'm trying to poke fun and be a little funny about this, but let's be. But I mean, yeah, when the government says there's nothing to see here, you really need to look at what they're pointing away from. So, speaking of things that people don't want you to look at, there are Jews in the subway in New York. I know that doesn't seem like it should be a shocking headline, that the New York subway tunnel is full of Jews, except apparently. And this is a story that's going viral. And I'll be perfectly honest, I do not know much about what's going on here. I have little more than speculation and about 10 minutes worth of hopefully comedy to throw at you. But the thing that's going on in New York, in Brooklyn, what is being referred to as Jewish tunnels, and advisedly so, because what has happened is apparently these secret tunnels have been discovered under a synagogue in and a shul in Brooklyn. right? Oh, so footage of Jewish tunnel found in Brooklyn sparks conspiracies, confusion, and anti-Semitic memes. I strongly doubt the memes are super anti-Semitic because, let's be real, the left can't meme, and the left has made it very clear lately that they really, really, really hate the Jews. I mean, oh, there's anti-Semitism sprouting on the right, says Joe Biden as he strokes a $6 billion check to Hamas. But widespread confusion and conspiracies were present online this morning after social media was flooded with videos showing Orthodox Jewish men fighting law enforcement in New York City. And, so Tim Pool pointed one out here. There's a video, one of these videos is of a Jewish guy climbing up out of like a broken vent. Let me see if I can find that one real quick. I should have had that one ready. But there's video of this guy climbing up out of a vent. And oh god. They're welding the vent shut. But the video of the guy climbing up out of the vent, yeah, right here. You got a picture of the guy climbing up out of the sewer vent, and my first reaction was, okay, that's got to be AI. But I've seen the video, and it's not. It actually happened. And Tim Pool pointed out, dude, imagine you're walking down the street in New York, and you see like an Orthodox Hasidic Jew come crawling out of a shattered sewer vent, and you don't have your phone to take a video of it with, and then you're trying to tell somebody else that you saw this thing. How much of a Nazi do you sound like when you don't have any video of it? You didn't take a picture with your phone and try to say, dude, there's Jews climbing up out of the tunnels in the streets, and you like, oh, they're turning the frickin' frogs gay. Oh, hell yeah, here's the video. This is a thing that's happening. But where the tunnel's they're breaking into this tunnel. Oh. Or rather, this video is from nearby and inside the synagogue as some older Jews in the synagogue called the police once the tunnel was discovered. Excuse me. And they're coming out with cement trucks to seal up the tunnel. And what you're seeing here is the young guys there are ripping out wall panels to get at the tunnel inside and get stuff out of it. These same guys are fighting cops. They're actually getting in fistfights with police officers in order to try and prevent them from sealing those tunnels. I mean, this... Whew. I don't know what to say about this one. This shit is crazy. Like this here. You got this guy, and I mean, these are all like super Orthodox, the black hat and the curly hair. Like these guys are the caricature of the Orthodox Jew, and I don't know what to say about this. You got these Jewish guys fighting cops, right? He's got the pepper spray out. I don't understand what's happening. I really don't. But I felt like we had to at least talk about it, look at some of the videos. If you guys have theories, I'd love to hear them. I mean, even guys, I want to hear outlandish theories that are clearly and obviously intended to be discussed for the comedic effect, because there's something serious going on here, I'm sure. Right? There's a crime ring, or there's Danny says they have a bagel shop in the tunnel. That's fantastic. You know, those are some banging bagels too. There's probably the best Novalox you could find. Unverified Bear says these guys fight like hell. Riots in Israel are something else. Yeah, well, let me remind you, this is in New York, but you know, probably some of the same kind of energy there. Woo! And I frankly, I don't know what else to say about that. Bear says they're mining for dwarven gold. Yo, Bear, I think you came to the channel a little later. So I'll do this little aside. I'm gonna drop a link down there for you guys. There is a song by a band named Wendrose called Diggy Hole. And back in 2020, I got in contact with the band and asked them for permission, written permission. I had to be very explicit about this because of what I was doing. And I asked them for explicit written permission to produce a video using their song, Diggy Diggy Hole. And I made a video when the Iron Belt went for Trump, right? It was a big deal that the Iron Belt, you know, basically the whole community is nothing but miners, and it's all about the video is all about the miners and kind of the lead up to the 2020 campaign. And it's an older video, so I'm actually having a hard time finding it now. Well, damn. There it is. There it is, the Iron Range. That's why I couldn't find it. Because it's the Iron Range, not the Iron Belt. Okay. And Windrose actually agreed to let me make the video using their song. There's a link in the comments there. Y'all go check that one out for fun. And I'm going to go ahead and put a pin in it there because I've got to get down the road. Somebody sent me an address and I need to go over there and shoot someone. So y'all be safe. We love you and we will see you tomorrow.
Out of New York City that you're probably not going to see Fox News cover. You're not going to see